Hello, y'all. It's a new world, a beautiful new day, and a new mod pack. What is this mod pack, you say? Well, technically, it's a spiritual successor to Whack Pack. There was only like one video on that, but we don't talk about that. That is kind of a fluke. It existed, but this is now in version 1.18.1, so the bleeding edge of modded Minecraft. That other pack was in 1.16.5, I believe. So if you are curious on what I'm talking about, there's a video on my channel. You could go check it out. We're messing around with Create, doing some funky stuff. But now, look at these caves. 1.18, I haven't really played much. I did that one update video. In which I was in 1.18, but I haven't actually done much. And as you can see, there are these massive caves. Obviously, it's the 1.18 update, so we'll kind of be exploring it together. I got about 50 mods in here. As you can see, we're already... Whoa, where did that go? It's a little hummingbird from Alex's mobs. Cute little guy. Let's fix this while we're at it. Sweet. So we got that cooking up. Here you can see our animal dictionary. So a ton of wild mobs. And so that is a great start, if I do say so myself. Like, look, this thing is like 90% full. If you can zoom in on that a little bit, there are descriptions for all these enchantments, because I added some different enchantments with a couple of different mods. So you can see nausea and slowness when we use that, apply weakness in the area when we use this, normal bane of arthropods, and soak touch, you know what those are. But some wild stuff. Should have a world map, yeah. Okay, so we can see that on our world map by pressing M here. I'm able to look at the entire world of, obviously, chunks we've loaded. But I also see a beautiful little house over here. So let's go ahead and check it out. Oh my. I got this advancement jump. Let's see. Where's jump from? Fishing well. Why is it so smoky? That's wild. Actually, it's getting dark already. We better find some forests and chop them down before it becomes night. Otherwise, we're going to get destroyed. Alright, something else cool. We got some fancy heckin' trees over here. So, enhanced farming. We get ourselves some lemons. They don't do a ton for us, but it's food. That's all we're going for, is it's food. We found some copper, but that won't do us much good if we are dead, but looks like we can snag it here. Also, I have not looked into all this raw ore business. I have no idea how it works, so we're going to be discovering that together. I have absolutely no idea what's going on there. I believe it's just a second step at replacing ore. Like, we could just smelt it down, yeah. But it allows fortune to be used on other ores is kind of what it's looking like. If I'm wrong, correct me. Alright, so we're back at this well, if we can fight for it. Ooh, I also see a little glow down there. We'll have to go check that out. I want to see what is creating all this smoke. If we could stop getting attacked while holding this very incredibly weak weapon. Bedrock. That's bad. Well, we're a couple minutes in, and we already have a death, so that's a good bit. Surprise, I'm not playing on hardcore. Although the game is in hard mode, so we have that to deal with. Yoink our stuff back. So there is our first bit of modded. You can see I have gravestones. So all our stuff stays in a nice little location, and we don't have to worry about it. No, there's bedrock around this. This might end up being a adventure for another time, because I'm not exactly sure what to do with this, because I want to go down there, but I feel like that would lead to death, and we don't need more death. So let's go check out this hut down here, and hopefully it has a bed. Oh, look at that. We got a bed. We also have a creeper outside. So I'm not sure how we're getting out of this one. But while we're sitting here, we can show you off some of the cool stuff we got. So we have, of course, the create mod, allowing us to do, you know, all sorts of wild stuff. Has this amazing GUI for describing elements. So we'll have tons of fun with that. We have to get quite a bit of andesite and iron first. Then we also have... Whoops, crossroads. This is a mod I'm super excited about. Not super popular, but it has some amazing stuff that's just untapped. People look at it and they're like, oh, it's just a bad create. No, it's like a create with an entirely different spin on it. The gears are more involved for how they work. They each have inertia to get them moving. It's not just, haha, let's put these gears together and they start spinning. And there's a ton of chemistry. The witchcraft module just got updated. So if you want to take a look at that, you can go check out the developer's YouTube page. He did a demo video for it. We'll take a look at it eventually. What else? We also have some more professions for villagers. So if we look at villager professions here, we have our normal armorer, butcher, cartographer, cleric, farmer, fisherman, fletcher, leatherworker, normal stuff. But now you see your first throne from our king, oceanographer, netherian, woodworker, endrian, engineer, florist, hunter, and miner. So we got some new villager traits to experiment with. These will all be a very tasty bit to figure out how the heck they work. They're not super hard to make, but a villager breeder should definitely be something that's on its way. Oh, mangoes. So I'm not entirely sure how we collect the saplings for these, because I don't think they're just normal saplings that fall and you're just on your way with woohoo, got a sapling, and then instantly just grows up to a tree. I believe there is a whole process of the sapling itself growing up, and then it grows into a tree. That's if I remember right, if I'm remembering the right farming mod. So let's see if we can get a sapling, and then maybe I can show you. Okay, so actually the saplings appear to just come straight from the food. So we could make ourselves a mango sapling, and we should figure out where we want a house so we can start kind of setting up shop. We could go down here by the ocean. This is kind of what our surrounding area is looking like. Down here in the ocean would be nice. I think we should say somewhere near this nether portal. Might go check out that break right there. Maybe we could do some fancy stuff with like bridges and such. Whoa, this river is insanely deep. Is it a canyon? Oh, that is too cool. That is so cool. I'll drown to death if I stay down here too long, but we're definitely making a house right around here. We also got good log types here, so I'm thinking, and look at the map, we kind of do it in these rows of chunks right here. So a little bit farther forward. Yeah, like right here. And then we can connect straight across with like bridges and stuff. This canyon look super sick for some underwater builds, maybe underwater aquarium stuff. If you remember back to like the Stampy Cat days, he had that underwater base in the lake, and I think something like that would be super cool. Or if you've seen Hermitcraft, it was Hermitcraft when they did the season, would have been 1.13 season. And it was all about oceans, right? So a bunch of people had underground bases. Like Grian started out with the boat in a bottle base. Something could happen down there that would look super sick. Here, if I put some apples in the crafting table, we get apple seeds as saplings. And if we plant them down, they plant like this. They look like crops, but they're from enhanced farming, and they will become trees after I'm not sure how long, to be honest. Actually, there's no percentage gauge heads up display as there are with normal crops, because I think they just change blocks, so I'm not sure what's happening there. Yeah, one day these will grow up and we'll have some more apples, so that'll be a very nice bit. So I'm thinking we can start at kind of like a dock coming off this, and then later we'll make it into a bridge. But first we'll start out with a dock looking kind of thing. Let's make it on the inland side. So we'll come off of the shore, something kind of like this. And we'll make it maybe 5 blocks wide. Yeah, that'll look good. So we'll come off like this. And then we'll sink it into the ground right here. Now, I'm not actually going to make it that deep. Not yet, at least. We will do that with, I think we'll do that with fences. Because there's, at least at this point in the world, I am definitely not wasting that many logs on just making it look fancy. I just realized as it's getting dark, we forgot the bed over here. So not too far away. All right, we escaped the goobers, and we're now here. Oh, perfect, and it's morning. Instant sleep. So now, did you see that? You saw that, right? There's an orca just jumped. That's sick. And saplings plant themselves? That's also sick. Those skeletons. Don't like them. All right. Okay, so here's how the vision's going. We're going to have a dock right here. We're going to fill it with slabs or trapdoors. Not too sure. Then right here, we're going to have pillars going down. They're going to be made out of fences because fences are significantly cheaper than just doing it with a straight up log. We get 3 of them for, 1 1/4 logs instead of, 1. So I'm not going to do the math, but we're a lot more efficient if we do it that way. Eventually, we'll have a bridge arching over here. Then we're going to build like a house on this side that connects to both the dock and the bridge. There'll be a few block wide difference there. So we're going to finish up this dock. I'll start building it here. I'm thinking we take our oak logs, slap them through a crafting bench. This action, I think, or did we want to, no, trapdoors are expensive, aren't they? Those are really expensive. We could do it with a fancy bit like that, and that's significantly cheaper. Spruce around paper. We don't have paper though, but I think we'll exchange it for that once we can, but for now we cannot. In your case, you're wondering what I'm looking at right there. That is Macaw's trapdoors. Just some fancy stuff. I didn't really want to add chisels and bits, so I added a a mod that is quite similar to chisel in here. There's a botanist, glass, loom, a couple different workbenches that we can work with, imagine that, to create some spectacular looking builds. Alright, so I'm trying to find a cave system that is attached to this underwater cave system that is also known as our river. But I don't think they're connected. I believe they're held in separate places on purpose, so they don't interchange, so you don't have these large underwater caverns accidentally getting flooded. But two things we could do. One, we could get the diving gear. This requires copper and glass, and there is also a back tank that we would need. They're not super expensive, just a bunch of copper, or we could, look for a normal cave. And since this is the first expedition we're doing, we're going to look for just a normal above ground cave system, such as this. Ow. All right, we're going to kind of putz through grabbing some resources, and then I'll be back. All right, so I was traveling up the river to go find some sand because we need glass for the house. But I noticed, as I was decided, a boat would be a lot faster than walking this. I went to go create a boat, and of course I would need a crafting table. So I created a crafting table, but then I saw over here we have the crafting pad from Vanilla Tweaks. Now this is a super cool item, just the crafting table on top of the stick. Boom, portable crafting table. Really fancy, fun item, just thought I'd share that with you guys. Well, we're going over here. This looks super cool. What do we got here? We'll have to remember that this is here because I don't have the pickaxe to come and stay and mine all this, and I also want to get the house sort of finished, but maybe we could come back and put a copper roof on the house or something like that. What is that noise? A Tasmanian devil? Can I tame it? I don't have a book with me. I don't know if I can tame it. Oh, he sat down. Oh, that's so cute. Look at that guy. He's just taking a little nap. You sound kind of awful, but maybe we could come back and get some pets. Because I don't have anything to, I'll have to do some research. I'll have to go back to the house, do some good old-fashioned research, and figure out if we can tame one of them lads. That would be quite fun. Another epic cave on the left. Yo-ho, you're joking, dude. This is sick. Holy buckets. That's just too cool. That is insane. We're definitely coming up river again. That is just too insane. See a house. Maybe we can grab some loots on our way back. Ooh, got a little raccoon. Ooh. Their eyes started glowing white. That was kind of scary. I thought they were gonna attack me. I'm like, I think you're passive. I don't know if you're passive, but I really do think you are. Okay, so here's this house right next to a ravine. Golly, in this update, you got to be careful not to misstep and just send yourself into oblivion. How do we get in? Here we go. Front door. Get some mall going. So now that we have all these resources, I might go turn that down a little bit. And we will pop that in there, let her cook up, and we will be back with that action when that part is done. Wait, guys, so here is the trees growing up. So here's some of our apple seeds, and looks like the second or third stage here. Kind of looks like a nice little square shrub. Here it is, I believe, about to grow up. Might have one more stage, but here is a mango that just grew up recently. All sorts of mangoes out of it. All right, so here we got ourselves a good old trusty stone cutter. Now I have a bunch of this viridium. So I'm thinking either we go with this polished cut viridium, cut brick, or small brick. So we're going to see which one of these looks the best. Let's try just one of each. Let's see what we got going here. Small, normal cut. Okay, so polished. That's hard to say. I don't think I can. Well, golly, I'm not sure which one I want to go with. This would give us that small tile feel. Obviously, it's small. I don't think we want this because it's different on the two faces. This one looks a little bit too wind blown. So it's one of these two. Because this one has that polished outline on it, right? This trim all around it. Or we could go with just the tiled looking thing. But I think we're going to go with tiles. So small brick. Let's slap some of this in here. Small. Oh, we can even recut the ones we didn't want. That's super handy. I didn't know if I was going to do that or not. That is actually super sick. All right, time for a quick nap, and you will get to see the old house. And ta-da! It looks like absolute dog water from this side. Let's choose a better side. Can't even see it too low. Ta-da! It actually looks super sick. We also kind of incidentally created an entire forest right here. I mean, it's on purpose, but a lot denser than I thought it was going to be. So here's the side from the boat docks. Obviously, we need a little bit of work here, looking kind of flat. The boat dock isn't technically finished yet. Maybe something a little bit there. This wall is a bit flat, but we don't know what to do with it. It's going to be like a map wall and chest wall on the inside, so maybe we'll put some planters or something out here. If we come around to this side, we can see the front. Either this is going to become flat, but I think I can do indented detailing here. And then if we swim on over this way, we can see it from this side. Also looks a bit flat, but remember, a huge bridge is going to bridge right here, so I didn't want to put a glass glass here or anything, because I'm just going to have to remove it in a probably next episode. But otherwise, I think that is a pretty good starter house. We got a couple stacks of copper as well. They aren't all smelted up because I'm out of coal, and I also accidentally sent myself back to the wooden age, so technically we made no progress. Now, I would like to tell you that I planned to have this peak end up just perfectly, but I didn't even think about it till it ended up perfect just a couple seconds ago. Yeah, we both know, or maybe at least just I know, that none of this base was planned. I've just started placing blocks and hoping for the best.